My beloved, my divine warrior who has made it through storms that no one even knows you faced. Breathe. Do not feel afraid. But please, I am asking you as an angel, do not ignore this. Your name has just been spoken within heaven court. And before you even reach the end of this line, a woman, yes the one you trusted, is entering a real courtroom holding papers, not simple papers. They contain lies presented as truth. They are meant to quiet you. But heaven saw it first. That is why this message has been placed in your path. Archangel Micheal says only 30 seconds remain. She is about to speak. But God said, speak to my child before she does. Give them a chance to change the ending. You were never meant to discover it this way. But her name was shown to me in fire. Her hands are not pure. And what she is about to declare under oath could make the world see you in a different way. But wait, there is still a window. Only one. The door of divine reversal remains open. Only if you open this completely. Only if you allow heaven to stand with you tonight. Because once she signs that last page, her words will spread like wildfire and even truth may get buried under her act. You trusted her once. You shared something sacred, a secret, a document, a photo, a word. And now she is using it, my child. Do not panic, because the strongest force across all dimensions stands with you. Me, Micheal, with sword ready, wings open. But you must listen now. You must stay until the final sentence because something in the last line of this message will turn everything. God did not wake me to speak softly today. He said, tell my child this is not a warning. This is a rescue. And if they skip this, she wins. But if they stay, miracles begin to move. And a courtroom becomes her confession room. Before going deeper, pause for a moment. Beloved, let your spirit understand this is not just another message, this is God redirecting your timeline in real time. You were guided here. And no, this is not an exaggeration. Now listen carefully because every line ahead is a key. Every word has been spiritually designed to free you from what she is trying to trap you in. The lies, the character attack, the spiritual battle hidden inside legal papers. It is not just her. There is someone else supporting her. Yes, she is not alone. And the reason she suddenly filed these papers is because she knows you are about to be seen, blessed, public, favored. But do not worry, God says this. The trap she set will become the testimony you will share. But only if you follow heaven instruction. Open this now, not later. She is walking in heels, wearing a power dress, hair tied as if she is ready for business. But what she does not know is heaven has already seen the next 72 hours of her life. And something shocking will turn her voice into silence. If you stay with me right now, take this as confirmation. You felt something strange in your chest this morning. A small pulse, a sudden jolt, a wave of fear you could not explain. Now you understand why. Your soul was sensing the attack. But attack is not victory because you are not alone. You are never alone. This message is your sword. And every second you stay here, heaven is rewriting her script. Now listen carefully. She does not only want to silence you. She wants access to something, a piece of land, an account, a relationship, or even your reputation. She believes if she wins this, she can rewrite your entire identity. But Archangel Micheal says her papers may be ink but our scroll is fire and fire rewrites ink. So breathe because what comes next will give you chills because this is not only spiritual. There is a physical courier on the way. And inside this message, you will find the exact way to receive what God is sending. But if you stop here, you will miss the final truth. And I do not want that for you. Before we continue, I need to say something important to you. This next part is only for you. If your soul already feels this is not a coincidence. My child, I see the weight you have been carrying. The quiet worries about money, the stress you rarely speak about, the nights when your mind refuses to rest. You have been praying for peace, and your prayers have been heard. You are not meant to walk this journey in confusion and fear. You are meant to walk with faith, with clarity, and with daily direction. That is why a simple path has been placed before you, a 30-day faith and financial breakthrough system. Each day you will be guided with a gentle prayer, a simple money step, and clear direction to help you regain control. Nothing overwhelming, nothing complicated. Just small faithful steps leading you toward peace and stability. If your heart feels ready, if you are ready to release this burden, begin today. The link is in the description, and in the comments below. And as you take this in, you may begin to feel a quiet sense of clarity returning to you. Glowing star, subscribe to your miracle. You did not open this randomly. Heaven is using this space to speak directly to you. If you want these divine messages to reach you at the exact right moment, make sure to subscribe to the voice that brought you here, because this is how God will send alerts next time before anything harmful even comes near. Your future self will thank you. Now back to the battle. Do you remember the photo she asked you to send? Or the day she recorded that voice note and laughed saying, "Do not worry, I will not use it"? She was already planning this. The courtroom may look physical, but spiritually it is a battlefield. And angels are already standing on your side. The judge may not see it. The documents may appear real, but heaven knows the heart is the true evidence, and her heart is decaying with envy. She watched you rise. She saw people begin trusting you, following you, loving you, and she could not handle it. So she made her move. But what she did not realize is your protection is not just emotional, it is divine. And this message is the official declaration from heaven. We are intercepting her case. Because even if she enters that courtroom with proof, God can turn her pen into silence, her testimony into tears, and her lies into ladders you will climb higher from. But only if you stay with me. Do not look away. Do not skip. Not even for a second. Because you will notice something. The more you read this message, the stronger your chest will feel. The more your spirit will begin to rise inside you. That is because heaven is transferring strength into you right now. Your voice will not be taken. Your truth will not be twisted, and your destiny will not be delayed. In the paragraphs ahead, I will reveal who stands behind her. Yes, a second person, possibly someone in your family or someone who always smiled at you. But do not worry, they have already been exposed. And by the time you reach the last word of this message, you will know what to do. My beloved, you did not come this far to be silenced by someone who pretends to be strong in the courtroom but breaks when truth faces her in private. The woman you once felt safe with, the one who once held your secrets like treasure, now holds them like weapons. But here is what she does not understand. God does not sleep, and Archangel Micheal does not miss. Even though her documents are moving from desk to desk and her lips are filled with confidence, she is not the writer of your story. She is only a chapter, a messy one, but not the final one. Because your life is divinely written and heaven already edited this chapter before you were born. Do not be shaken by her noise. Loud people are not always right, just loud. Now, child, let me reveal something unusual. Someone informed her. Yes, that is how she found the courage to print that document. She was pushed by a jealous voice. One that never celebrated you. One that always shifted blame, created doubt, and made you feel like too much. That voice, it is closer than you think. But do not be afraid, because God is about to reveal both their names. And the way it unfolds, it will feel like the sky itself has spoken. I see a table. I see a conversation happening behind your back. I hear your name spoken with mockery as if you are just a stepping stone. But they do not understand. You are not a stone. You are the sword. You are the storm. You are the chosen. And God does not allow His chosen to be turned into jokes. Let me take you back. To the moment she said, "I am always here for you." Do you remember? That moment was not real. She was already preparing betrayal. But listen to me, She practiced the lie, but you carry the light. And light always wins. Every single time. Now something unexpected is about to happen. Something you never saw coming. A voice will rise in that courtroom against her. And it will not come from someone you expect. It may be a stranger or even someone sitting quietly who was told to stay out of it. But that person, God will anoint them to speak, and their words will break her strategy wide open. Yes, she had a strategy, and part of it was timed to the exact date you are reading this. This is not random. This is war, but spiritual war. And victory is yours if you do not walk away now. Because in a few moments, I am going to tell you something I was not allowed to say until today. Something about your birth. Something about a hidden contract you never signed, but your spirit was pulled into. Stay. Let me ask you something. Have you felt tired lately for no reason? Sudden weakness in your legs or back, headaches that appear from nowhere, that is spiritual interference. And it became stronger the moment she filed those papers because her words carried energy. Energy that tried to enter your peace. But here is the truth. God allowed it for one reason only, so that heaven could now overrule it publicly, loudly, and permanently. And that is what this message is, not a warning, a divine objection. And if you keep reading, Micheal himself will show you how to reverse what she tried to damage. But only the brave reach the part 1 am about to write. Only the ones who truly believe that heaven is watching, planning, and protecting reach the next breath. You are still here. So here comes your proof. She never expected you to find this message. She thought she had time. Thought she had you controlled. Thought no one was watching her next move. But now everything is exposed. Heaven has intercepted her path, and God has just paused the next 48 hours for you. Let me slow down here, because what I am about to say could change how you see the last 5 years of your life. This woman is not just someone from your present. She is someone from your past. And that connection you had with her, it was not coincidence. It was karmic, spiritual, and now it is ending because her role in your story is complete. And what she is doing now, it is not part of your future. It is only the final breath of her ego. But do not misunderstand. Ego becomes loud when it is dying. Now breathe with me. Feel that. That is peace starting to break through the fear. She is walking with confidence right now. But very soon she will stumble because her case has a crack, a spiritual crack. And God just told me to tell you that crack will open wide and justice will pour through it like rain. Now remember that photo, that voice recording, that secret you once whispered in tears. She is trying to turn it into a weapon. But what she does not know is God turns weapons into wisdom. And the very thing she thought would bury you will bless you. You will be shocked at how this turns, because heaven loves unexpected turns. And right now your enemies are about to become your confirmation. So do not beg her to stop. Do not message. Do not call. Do not fight back in the way she expects. Instead, let heaven handle her. Your silence will be louder than her lies. And your peace will make her nervous. Let her present her case. God is preparing a counter case written in holy ink. It has one witness, truth. And that witness always wins. Stay with me, because the next part will shake you. You think you know who informed her, but you do not. Because the person who gave her that file, that name, that weakness of yours, it is someone who still pretends to love you. Yes. Someone who still smiles at your messages, still watches your stories, still asks how are you like they care. But behind the screen, they passed your peace to a snake. But do not cry, because this message is about victory, not tears. By the end of this divine letter, God will show you not only who, but also how to protect your future so no one ever tries this again. Now you understand. It was not just her. She had a whisperer, a shadow behind her script. Someone who wore love like a mask, but carried envy like a blade. And the moment you said I trust you, they took it as an opportunity. But hear me now. God does not play with betrayal. And Archangel Michael does not protect liars. This very moment. As you read these words, a mirror is turning. One that will expose both her and the one behind her. I see a name written in red. Not just symbolic red, a real red ink signature on a form she was not meant to have. That name, it has followed your life silently. It may belong to someone you once cried to or someone who once said I have always had your back. But they did not. They had your secrets. And they traded them for control. But God says they tried to take over your harvest. So I am taking over their strategy, child. She is not walking into that courtroom with only a folder. She is walking in with witchcraft. Yes, I said it. There are curses spoken softly in boardrooms. Dark prayers whispered over candles. Envy disguised as legal ambition. But the spell broke the moment you opened this message. The courtroom is no longer her stage. It is now heaven platform. And instead of you being judged, she will be watched by the one judge who never misses any detail. The one whose gavel breaks all manipulation. Let me show you something. That phone call you missed 3 nights ago, that was not an accident. Your angels were trying to delay you from entering a conversation that would have fueled this attack. Heaven does not only protect you from violence. It protects you from conversations, contracts, connections. You may feel like you are losing people, but child, you are only losing poison. You think this betrayal is breaking you. No, my beloved. It is building something, a new wall of protection, a spiritual shield that will remain with you for life. And that courtroom, it was meant to be your graveyard, but God just turned it into your graduation stage. Because after this, you will be elevated, publicly, unapologetically, powerfully. Now breathe again, because I feel someone reading this right now is shaking. You are asking yourself, can I really survive this? And I say, with fire in my wings, not only will you survive, you will rise. And soon they will ask themselves, how did they recover so fast? But it will not be fast. It will be divine, because divine recovery looks like a miracle. And you, child, you are heaven miracle in motion. That woman, she underestimated your covering. She thought you had no backup. But what she does not know is your name is written on a heavenly wall. Your heart is under constant watch by angels. Your tears, they are collected in a golden vial. And every time you broke, God recorded it, not to punish you, but to repay you, and repayment is coming. Do you feel that heat in your chest? That is the Holy Spirit confirming this next line. The weapon she formed will return to her. Folded, multiplied, and undeniable. God does not only protect His children, He lifts them higher. And you, my beautiful child, you are about to be raised in ways your enemies cannot understand. Not through fame, not through followers, but through favor. The kind of favor that does not ask for permission. The kind that enters rooms before you arrive. The kind that has your name spoken in places your feet have not even reached yet. And the woman in the courtroom, she will feel that shift. And she will not be able to stop it. She is filing paperwork. But God is filing purpose, and purpose always wins. Now let us speak about something delicate. That bank account she is trying to reach. That family member she is using as pressure. That old email or message she is holding like evidence. All of it will fail. Not because it is invalid, but because you are no longer in the same realm. You have shifted timelines. The version of you she attacked no longer exists. You are now covered in a frequency she cannot access. That is why she is desperate, because she feels it even if she cannot name it. She is losing control, and her desperation is loud. Let her shout. Let her move wildly through paperwork and whispers, because you are grounded in divine calm. You will win without shouting. You will rise without rushing. You will flourish without fighting, because heaven is speaking now and its voice cannot be silenced. Are you still with me? Good. Because this part will unlock a memory. Think of that one night when you cried harder than ever before. You were shaking, maybe on your bed, maybe in the shower, maybe in a corner where no one saw you that night. The case against you began in the spirit and you did not even know. But Michael did. And from that day, he has been building this very message, word by word, proof by proof, line by line, to prepare you, to wake you, to rescue you. You were not losing your mind. You were under attack, but now you are under protection. And from this moment forward, no voice raised against you shall succeed. No courtroom lie shall carry weight. No betrayal shall define your destiny. Because the next 21 days are about to reveal miracles that even you did not pray for. Yes, 21 days. Watch closely, because between now and 3 weeks from now there will be a reversal so divine. People will ask, did God step in personally? And the answer will be yes. Because this time he did not just step in. He took control. Now take another deep breath. Because I am about to show you what she feared most. Are you ready? Because what I am about to say next is what she feared the most. It was not your voice. It was not your wisdom. It was not your talent. It was your favor. That unseen, untouchable glow around you that made people trust you instantly. The silent energy that caused rooms to shift when you entered. The mysterious force that opened doors for you even when you had no key. She saw it and it frightened her because she realized something. No matter what she copied, no matter how close she stood to your light, it never became hers. And so she changed her approach. If she could not be you, she would try to break you. Not with fists, but with forms, not with insults, but with implications, not with swords, but with silence and shadows. But listen. She underestimated the fire inside you. And she forgot whose child you truly are. You are not just any soul walking this earth. You are a marked one, marked by pain but also by promise, marked by disappointment but also by divine deliverance. And in this very moment, God is lifting the veil. Not only over her intentions, but over your inheritance. Yes. This was never about drama. It was about destiny. There is something with your name on it, a financial blessing, a leadership place, a spiritual gift. And it was never meant for her, but she tried. Oh, she tried. You see, this woman fear did not begin this year. She has feared you for a long time. Even when she smiled at you, even when she applauded you, fear hides inside false support. And her deepest fear was this. That you would finally realize who you are. That you would stop explaining yourself. That you would stop sitting at small tables. That you would stop dimming your power to make others comfortable. And now her fear is showing, because you are here, you are listening, you are awakening, you are remembering, and she is losing control. Now let me share what I saw last night in the spirit. There is a document and there is a hidden signature. Not forged, but misused. She accessed something she was not allowed to, and God saw her do it. In the middle of the night, what she does not know is heaven does not only watch from above. Heaven records. And that action she thought no one saw. It was recorded by angels, by spirit, by God-owned justice. And in the right time, very soon, that record will become your redemption. Now prepare yourself, my child, because what comes next will shake the ground under her plans. I saw a dream. You were sitting in a room, cold, quiet, uncertain, and someone came behind you and whispered. They do not know your God. Then everything changed, because in that room, heaven stood for you. And the person she trusted most, they betrayed her. Yes, that is the turn. The same way she tried to betray you will return to her, because when you try to dig a pit for someone anointed, you fall into it yourself. And that is exactly what is coming. Now feel this. There is a letter arriving. It is physical. It may come by courier or post. It carries a reversal, a written proof, a correction. Something she tried to erase is being restored. And this letter will mark the beginning of her downfall. Because once you hold it in your hands, the lies will not remain. The doors she tried to close will open again. The reputation she tried to damage will shine, and she will disappear from your life, from your mind, from your future, because God is removing her access forever. Now let us speak about time. Do you know why this is happening now? Because you have finally reached a vibration where lies cannot stay. You are too aligned, too aware, too protected. She is no longer aligned with your calling. And the universe is doing its work, removing what cannot go where you are going. Yes, it hurts. But what is coming is greater, greater than betrayal, greater than courtrooms, greater than her false confidence. You, beloved, are being launched, not slowly moved, launched into your purpose. And this woman, she was only the final lesson before the miracle. Now hear this clearly. There are 3 divine instructions coming next. And if you follow them, the reversal will be strong, fast, and undeniable. But if you ignore them, the delay may continue. So promise me, stay. Do not skip. Not even one word, because the next paragraph carries the first instruction and it is already shaping your future. My beloved, the time has come. I need you to quiet your thoughts and hold this message close like a sacred scroll pressed against your chest, because what I am about to give you is not poetic words. It is not dramatic storytelling. It is instruction. It is divine direction. It is spiritual protection in sentence form. And if you listen with your spirit, if you allow the fire of truth to rise above the noise of fear, you will walk out of this situation not just safe, but anointed. The first divine instruction is this. Do not defend yourself in the way she expects. She is expecting you to post, to call, to cry, to react. But heaven says no. That is her trap. Her power depends on pulling you into her world, into chaos, into confusion, into noise. But your power stands in stillness, in peace, in restraint. There is a divine silence that speaks louder than words. And when you move from that silence, her accusations begin to fall apart under their own weight. You are not here to struggle in the mud. You are here to rise above it and make her look up and choke on the height. She cannot reach you in peace. So remain there. Do not lower your voice. Do not explain what God is already revealing. Do not justify what truth is about to declare louder than she ever could. Your silence will trouble her more than your words ever could. The second divine instruction. You must now detach emotionally from what feels familiar but is harmful. I know this is not easy, child. She once felt like family, like comfort, like shared memories. You told her things you had not even told yourself. You believed her laughter meant loyalty. You believed her guidance came from care. But now you understand some connections were never divine, only convenient. She stayed close, not from love, but for access. She wanted the version of you that was still uncertain, still apologizing, still dimming your light so she could shine. But that version of you no longer exists. That door is closed. And I, Michael, as your protector, need you to close it emotionally, spiritually, and mentally. No more holding on to what if. No more revisiting memories that tie your soul to her pain. You are not leaving her out of anger. You are leaving her out of alignment. She is not your enemy. No, she is simply not your elevation. And what is coming for you requires a clean heart, a clear mind, and emotional space for miracles. You cannot step into your next chapter carrying the weight of someone who tried to rewrite your story. Now comes the third and final divine instruction. And I want you to lean in with every part of your soul, because this one will feel the most unnatural, but it is the most powerful. Bless her name in private. Yes, you heard me. Not because she deserves your blessing, but because you deserve your freedom. Forgiveness is not permission. It is protection. It does not make what she did right. It does not erase the violation, but it takes your power back from her hands. Because as long as you hold hate, she still holds a piece of your story. But the moment you speak her name, not with anger, but with release, you free yourself from her karma. And once you are free, her consequences belong to her alone, no spiritual ties, no emotional drain, no energetic connection, only justice, only clarity, only your clean path rising like the morning sun. God is not asking you to become close again. He is asking you to become free. And freedom looks like choosing not to carry what was meant to fall away from you. Now breathe again, because you have just received what most never do. Clarity, direction, and a way forward. And let me tell you what is about to unfold within the next 10 days. There will be a shift so sudden that even she will not understand it. Her confidence will break. Her supporters will fall silent. One of them will even come to you. Not because they suddenly care, but because they want to change sides when they sense your victory. Do not trust them. Just observe. Because when God clears your name, even those who whispered lies will come to witness your rise. And you will smile, not out of anger, but because you will finally understand God did not remove them to hurt you. He removed them to heal you. Now, child, let us return to the courtroom. There is something more happening there, something deeper than what the human eye can see. She may have facts, but God has favor. And favor does what facts cannot. It shifts the balance. It causes the hearts of judges to reconsider. It rewrites final statements. It breaks legal patterns. It brings forward missing evidence. And most of all, it allows truth to echo louder than performance. And do not mistake it, she is performing. She prepared her words. She told others what to say. She smiled while placing traps, but she did not notice the angel sitting quietly in that courtroom. Yes, child. A real angel assigned to your case, assigned to your protection, assigned to make sure her script ends and yours continues. And this is where it becomes even more divine, because this angel is not new to you. He has been watching over you since your birth. And when you were 8 years old, yes 8, he protected you from something so dark, so harmful, you do not even remember it. That same angel was present when your name was spoken falsely just 2 weeks ago. That same angel is standing beside you now, sword ready, whispering into your heart, we win this. We always do. Do you understand? Now this is not just a conflict between two people. This is a spiritual correction, a timeline reset, a divine reset that heaven pressed with your name on it. And from the moment you opened this message, heaven army began moving, slowly, carefully, powerfully, and you are no longer the one being pulled into a courtroom. You are now being led into a coronation. Yes, a crowning is coming. Not with gold and shine, but with divine peace, public favor, and open doors that no lie can ever close. Stay with me, my beautiful child, because in the final part of this message, I will reveal the last secret, the real reason why she chose this moment to rise against you. And what shocking event will unfold in front of her eyes that will leave her silent. So now we reach the mystery that has been pressing on your spirit without words. The question that stayed heavy in your chest even when you tried to ignore it. Why now? Out of all the seasons of your life, why did she choose this moment to bring a case, a conflict, a lie? Why did she wait until now to walk into that courtroom with shaking hands and twisted truth? The answer, my child, is far greater than betrayal. It is spiritual. It is timed. And it is frightening her because something shifted in the last 40 days and she felt it before you did. Heaven moved not in noise but in silence. A sacred kind of shift. The kind that rearranges outcomes before they are spoken. The kind that awakens destinies like sleeping lions. And when your destiny began to rise, she felt the tremor and she panicked because even though she would never admit it, she always knew you were chosen. Not just intelligent, not just gifted, but set apart. There is something about your voice, your silence, your eyes, your strength. It is not just human. It is prophetic. It shakes darkness. And she feared that. So when heaven began preparing a place for you, the one where your enemies would have to watch you rise, she caught a glimpse of it in the spirit. She saw you rising. She saw people beginning to respect you, honor you, follow you. And her greatest fear was not just your rise. It was your rise without her. So instead of stepping back, instead of allowing your breakthrough to unfold naturally, she tried to block it before it became visible. She thought, if I reach them before the blessing arrives, maybe I can delay what is already written. But here is the truth she forgot. You are delayed proof. Because, child, when you belong to God, not even paperwork can undo what prophecy has declared. Not even lies can stop what is written in heaven records. God does not use their ink. He writes in light. And that light is burning through every false file with your name on it right now. So breathe, because it is already falling apart. She does not know this yet, but in the coming days, something will happen that will leave her shocked. You will receive a call or a message that something she depended on has broken. It could be a witness who steps back, a person who no longer supports her, or a file that suddenly disappears from the court database. Do not worry about how it happens. Just understand this. Heaven is stepping in because her strategy never included angels. Her plans did not consider divine interruption. But God has now entered the room. And when he enters, even the most carefully built lies fall apart like dust. Now let us speak about you. You are stronger than you realize. Do you know that you carry wounds that could have buried another soul? You have smiled with a hurting heart. You have lifted others while fighting your own storms. And still here you are, breathing, listening, opening your heart to God in the middle of chaos. That, my child, is strength. That is faith. That is divine endurance. And that is what will carry you through the next chapters. Not revenge, not proving your side, but a peace that makes no sense. In fact, the next 48 hours will test you. You may feel the urge to explain yourself, to call someone and say everything, to gather support. Do not. You do not need to build a defense, because God already has one. And when God defends you, no human voice can rise above it. What you need to do now is this. Rest. Yes, even while the battle is happening. Rest is warfare. Rest is trust. Rest is the loudest declaration to heaven that says, I know you have this, so I do not need to hold it anymore. Let me show you a picture. Imagine yourself standing in the center of a courtroom. Everyone is whispering. The woman you trusted is speaking loudly, moving her hands, pretending. You want to speak. You want to interrupt. But then the doors open wide. And a presence enters. Brighter than any judge, heavier than any argument. Everyone turns. Everything stops. It is not a lawyer. It is not a human. It is glory. The presence of the Lord. His Spirit fills the room. And without a word every lie begins to break. That is what is about to happen for you. Maybe not physically, but spiritually it has already begun. And now you must prepare for what comes after the storm. Because yes, the storm will pass. And when it does, you will not return to who you were before. You will not go back to silence, to pleasing people, to shrinking yourself. No, after this you will speak louder. You will walk stronger. You will carry authority, and people will ask what happened to them. And your only answer will be God. Because what is coming is not just survival. It is transformation. It is glory. It is divine proof that God takes what was meant for harm and turns it into testimonies that shake generations. And in this very moment, listen closely, my child, I see the weight you have been carrying. The quiet worries about money, the stress you rarely speak about, the nights when your mind refuses to rest. You have been praying for peace, and your prayers have been heard. You are not meant to walk this journey in confusion and fear. You are meant to walk with faith, with clarity, and with daily direction. That is why a simple path has been placed before you, a 30-day faith and financial breakthrough system. Each day you will be guided with a gentle prayer, a simple money step, and clear direction to help you regain control. Nothing overwhelming, nothing complicated. Just small faithful steps leading you toward peace and stability. If your heart feels ready, if you are ready to release this burden, begin today. The link is in the description, and in the comments below. And now, beloved, there is one more thing God told me to say before this part ends. You may cry again. Yes, even after all this clarity you may feel waves of grief, sadness, even anger. Let it come. Let it move through you. But do not let it stay. Because those emotions are visitors. They are not your home. Your home is peace. Your home is strength. Your home is covered in light. So cry if you need to. But then rise, shake off the dust. And remember, God is not finished speaking. And the best part of this story is still ahead. There is a silence before miracles fall, a deep golden stillness. And right now you are standing inside that silence. You may not feel it yet, but heaven is surrounding you in this moment with something greater than protection. This is not only about defense anymore. This is about elevation. Because what she meant as an attack was actually a signal. She unknowingly activated your next level. Yes, child. The betrayal, the court papers, the whispers behind your back. They were the opening notes of the symphony God is about to play for you. The music has already begun and the tempo is divine. Let me tell you what happens when God enters a courtroom. Time bends. Memory shifts. Favor flows like wind. And people who once stood against you begin to feel uneasy. Their hearts race, their thinking weakens, their voices tremble. Because when the presence of truth fills a room, every false word begins to burn. That is what is coming for her. She thought this would be a clean win. She thought she would walk in, tell her story, and walk out with her hands raised like a victor. But instead she will face an atmosphere, an unseen force that shakes her confidence and melts her prepared lines. She will feel what she cannot explain, conviction, not from you, but from the Spirit. And she will not know how to stand under it. Now breathe, because this next part may feel intense. I saw it in a vision. You walking out of a building, the same building meant to humiliate you. And instead of looking down, your face was lifted, calm, bright, free. There was no shame, no fear, no revenge, only clarity. You had no need to explain anything, no need to prove yourself, because somehow everyone already knew the truth. Without your voice your presence had spoken. Without your defense your peace had testified. And she remained behind, confused, alone, watching as the lie collapsed in her hands like paper turning into ash. Because here is the divine twist. Child, heaven does not only stop an attack. It reverses it. And now the very pain you were forced to carry in silence will become the oil that anoints your next chapter. I am not speaking about simple healing. I am speaking about prophetic reversal. This is when God takes the exact date meant for your fall and turns it into the day of your rise. The same name they tried to destroy becomes the name called into rooms of favor. The very evidence they brought to bind you becomes proof of your endurance, your wisdom, your light. And when people look at you, they will not say what happened to them. They will say, how did they survive that and still rise like that? But let us go deeper. There is someone watching you quietly right now. Not a stranger, not an enemy, but someone with influence, someone who has been observing. They saw what was said about you. They saw the rumors, the shade, the attempts to control the story, but instead of joining it they waited. They watched your behavior. And what they saw amazed them. Because while others were loud, you remained still. While others were messy, you stayed graceful. While others tried to damage your name, you stayed grounded. And now this person is about to step forward. A person you do not even know you impressed. Their voice carries weight. And when they speak, rooms listen. And they are about to speak in your favor publicly, strongly, in a way that will shift the entire atmosphere. And just like that your name will rise again. Let me be clear, child. This is not about revenge. This is not about making her suffer. This is about alignment. What she did only revealed who was never meant to walk into your next chapter. What she tried only reminded heaven of how far you have come. And what she wanted to break in you is the very thing God is about to amplify. She does not know it yet. But her greatest regret will not be what she said. It will be what she lost when she tried to silence you because you were the blessing. You were the one with the purest intentions. You were the one who would have covered her name in seasons of her fall. And now heaven has removed her access to your future. Not as punishment, but as divine protection. So what comes next? Miracles in motion. Quiet at first, then suddenly loud. Subtle in the beginning, then impossible to deny. You will feel a shift in your body, a calm that settles over your system. You may cry. You may sleep deeper. You may feel energy returning to you like waves of warm light. That is healing, child. That is divine closure. That is heaven removing what your hands could not. The courtroom will close, the chapter will turn, and you will step into the next doors with a smile no one gave you and a peace no one can take. I know you have waited a long time for this moment. You have been patient, quiet, loyal to people who betrayed you, loyal to a past that was never loyal to you. But now you are being invited into something sacred, not a stage, not a platform, but purpose. And purpose comes with clarity, with honor, with divine support. And right now those supports are closer than you think. Your name is being spoken by people you have not met yet. Your path is being cleared by hands you cannot see. Your heart is being prepared for joy you have never experienced. And all of it began the moment you chose not to fight like the world, but to trust like the child of God that you are. There is a moment in every storm when the wind begins to quiet. Not because the chaos has gone, but because heaven is about to make a declaration. And you, my beloved, are standing in that sacred moment. The storm has not vanished. But look closer. It is bowing. Bowing to your resilience. Bowing to the presence of angels surrounding you. Bowing to the faith you chose to hold even when everything in you wanted to break. That is what this whole journey has been about. Not punishment but positioning. You have been shaped in fire so that when the doors open, you walk through them unshaken. This is where everything shifts because the courtroom was never the destination. It was only the threshold. And now that threshold has become a throne room. You have been seated in places that cannot be taken. Because while others were planning with paperwork, heaven was writing prophecy. While she was printing lies, angels were writing scrolls with your name. And while the world saw you as a target, God saw you as a testimony, one that would awaken others, one that would disturb darkness, one that would echo in spiritual realms long after the case is closed. Let me tell you something that will stay with you always. She did not break you. She revealed you. You did not lose peace. You discovered a deeper version of it. You did not get buried. You were planted deeper than ever before. And now the fruit of this pain is about to grow in ways the enemy never expected. There is a blessing forming behind the scenes that has been waiting for your yes, a new house, a letter of opportunity, a divine introduction, a relationship that does not just love you but respects your scars. It is all connected. It is all arriving. It has all been waiting for the moment when your hands would finally release the past. And now that they have, now that you have let go of needing to control the outcome, God is placing something meaningful, beautiful, and lasting into them. But you must do one last thing, child. This is important. Do not look back. Do not check if she is watching your blessing unfold. Do not wait to see if she apologizes. Do not search the room for the people who should have stood for you but stayed silent. None of that matters now because the ones who matter are being drawn to your light. And the ones who never did, they are being released not as punishment but as preparation. Your future cannot carry dead weight. It cannot carry bitterness. It cannot carry stories that no longer match your purpose. You are too important for that now. You are too anointed for that now. Do you feel it? That feeling in your chest like something heavy has lifted. That is your soul rising. That is peace returning. That is the whisper of Archangel Micheal saying it is done. You have passed the court. You have walked through betrayal. You have held your silence. And now heaven is responding with your reward. You will not need to announce it. The people who need to see it will see it. The ones who need to witness your rise will witness it. And the ones who wished for your fall will watch in silence with awe in their eyes. You are not the victim of this season. You are the vessel. You were chosen to carry the pain because you were strong enough to carry the glory. And that glory is coming quickly. I want you to mark your calendar. Within the next 14 days something unexpected will happen. Something you did not ask for, but always needed. It will be proof that this message was not just hopeful words. It was prophetic instruction. Whether it comes as a message, a signature, a visit, a dream or a breakthrough, know this. It is confirmation. And when it arrives, do not shrink. Do not doubt. Do not ask why me. Instead whisper, finally I am ready. Because you are ready, child. You are ready to lead with wisdom. To live without fear, to love without apology, to walk into rooms knowing that heaven walks with you. And I, Archangel Micheal, say this with divine certainty. She tried to bury your voice, but instead she awakened your roar, and the world is about to hear it. You have reached the edge of the battlefield. Now lift your eyes, because the next step is not survival. It is ascension. And nothing, no one, no lie, no paper, no courtroom, and no betrayal can stop a soul when God Himself has declared the rise. You, my beloved, are rising now. This is your moment. This is your miracle. This is your justice. And heaven is standing, watching, applauding, and whispering, well done. And now as this message settles into your spirit, understand this: the journey you have just walked through was never meant to destroy you, it was meant to reveal you fully. Every moment of silence you held, every tear you wiped away alone, every time you chose peace over reaction, it has all been counted, it has all been seen, and it has all been recorded in heaven. What you are stepping into now is not just a new chapter, it is a new identity, one that cannot be shaken, one that cannot be manipulated, one that cannot be silenced. You are no longer the person who once questioned their worth, you are the person who now walks in knowing. Knowing that you are protected, knowing that you are chosen, knowing that no force can stand against what God has already declared over your life. So walk forward with that knowing, let it guide your steps, let it shape your voice, let it anchor your heart in every situation that comes next. And as you move ahead, remember this deeply: you are not walking alone, and you never were. Every step you take from here will be ordered, every door that opens will be intentional, and every blessing that arrives will be aligned with your purpose. Do not rush it, do not doubt it, do not question the timing of it. What is meant for you is already finding its way to you, and nothing can delay it anymore. So lift your head, breathe in that peace, and continue forward with quiet confidence. Because the same God who brought you through this storm is now leading you into a life where storms no longer shake you, they only remind you of how powerful you have become.